push that red button to record.
It's record.
Hello, I am Angela Briggs, and our lesson today is going to be about plagiarism. And you may ask what plagiarism is. Plagiarism is an act where closely imitating the language and thoughts of another author without authorization, excuse me, and the representation of that author's work as by not crediting the original author. But this is not the only type of plagiarism. There's another type of plagiarism called self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is defined as a type of plagiarism in which the writer republishes a work in its entirety or reuses portions of previous written text while authoring a new work. Just because it's your words doesn't mean you get to use it over without proper citations. There are several areas that can be plagiarized, such as academia, books, music, movies, television, journals, and articles, and in the business section, medical fields. Just about any section can be plagiarized, especially if journal articles and things such are being written. There's several forms of plagiarism: using passages from books without giving the author credit. That means you read a book, and let's say you're doing a book report. You write your book report, but you don't say the author says or not. Using improper citations for quotes, meaning you don't use you write out a quote, but you don't use the author's name, or you use quotation marks. Using proper citations, but yet you still use mostly the original work, which means that you didn't summarize or paraphrase. You pretty much said word for word. That would be a direct quote. Citing one source for another's work. Let's say you copy and pasted a whole bunch of work, but cited a different author instead of the original author. Yes, it would. Very big baby. Using paraphrasing from multiple sources and only citing one source. Let's say you found 3 articles, and in each article it was basically not the exact same wording, but you used all 3 articles, but you only cited one author. That is a form of plagiarism. And it can be a very not good thing. What happens if you plagiarize? All right, you may fail your course, be kicked out of that class. You could be kicked out of school completely. You may lose your ability to get financial aid, and you may hurt your chances of getting a job in the academia field or many other fields as well. Because if this is on your record, then it will not be a good showing. There's several ways to avoid plagiarism. Okay, let's see if we can go back down. We've got a couple of websites we can look at. There's several websites that you can find that talk about plagiarism and shows you proper ways of citing things. Here we go. Purdue, avoiding plagiarism. Overview and contradictions. Here's a few, the ideas, develop a topic based on what has already been said and written. Let's say you find a couple articles on the subject. We'll use prisoner reentry program for an example. You find several of those. You develop your own topic about what you want to say. You write news, something new and original. You rely on the experts and authorities' opinion. You improve upon or disagree with the same opinions. That means while you're reading the article, and you write yours, you put it in your own thoughts, your own words, your own thoughts, and always, give credit to the previous researchers, because that is one of the most important things, and improve your English to fit into a discourse community by building upon what you hear and read. Let's see, here's another one. Areas to avoid plagiarism. And some of these are already in your handouts that I did out this a moment ago. I think we're at the same place. It's already. Okay. Now, you all read this passage and respond as on your own or as a class as whether or not it uses citations correctly. If it doesn't, what do you improve upon the passage? And I apologize because we've gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to our plagiarism PowerPoint here. All right, ways to avoid plagiarism. Cite your sources, no matter where you get them from. Use direct quotes, paraphrase, or summarize.